What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video. Now, in this video, we are doing yet another tier list video. Of course, it is the month of December, which means 2023 is very close to coming to a close. So I thought for this tier list video, we are going to be ranking every WWE title reign from 2023, from the worst to the best in this tier list maker. As you can see, there's quite a bit of title reigns, not a lot, but I feel like this could be a quick video. I do have a bit of a basic understanding as to what where I'm gonna place most of these reigns, but we shall see. Of course, before we get started, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on so you never miss an upload. Also, this is just my opinion. You can leave yours down in the comments, whether you agreed with a pick, whether you didn't agree with a pick. Yeah, no, man. So we're just going to essentially not waste any time, and we're going to get right on into this. Of course, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier is where we're going to be placing most of these reigns. So we'll start, I guess, from in order here, which means that Roman Reigns is first. Now, this is a hard one. Obviously, everyone would automatically place Roman up on S tier. But, I don't know, man. Like, sure, he surpassed 1,000 days, but in 2023, what has he really done to defend this belt? He's barely on TV, barely anywhere. Actually, after WrestleMania, he challenged for the fucking tag belts. He was focused in the tag division. Then he faced the Usos at Money in the Bank. And it's like, what are you doing? Now, I will admit, his match qualities are good when it's for the title. The match with Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble, Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber, Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And then we had a big-ass stretch. Then he faced Jay in a lackluster match. Then he faced LA Knight at Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns hasn't done a lot with that belt. And it's like, I know everyone's going to say S tier, but I think he's a tier below, man. And I know everyone's going to give me hate for that. But I'm sick and tired of this reign, bro. So A is the absolute most I can give Roman. It is the absolute most. There is no way I'm going to give him S tier. Like, I don't care if any Roman fans go onto my channel. There is no fucking chance I am putting Roman at S tier. The Usos, though, they going up on S tier, and let me tell you why. The Usos are actually full-time. They faced all comers. It wasn't like they faced the same opponent 50,000 times. And come on, man, you can't go wrong with the Usos, especially their match at WrestleMania. Have they been champions for most of this year? Fuck no. But whenever they were champions, there's always that sense of excitement whenever you see the Usos in action. I am so fucking mad that they are not a team anymore, even though Jay is killing it right now in singles competition. But yeah, I'll give the Usos S tier. They really deserve it. The longest reign in the history of the WWE Tag Team Championships. It's the best I can do. Then we got Bianca Belair and the Raw Women's Championship. And I don't know where the fuck to put Bianca because, yeah, her first Raw Women's title reign was long. She had decent matches, but I don't know. It's like, I don't think it was that good around the ending of her reign. I felt like they probably booked her way too strong to the point where Asuka had to cheat to win. And I don't know. Like I'm thinking maybe B tier. Like I just have no idea where to really rank Bianca. Like I'm gonna say B tier is probably where I'm going to rank Bianca Belair. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about that reign. Then we got Gunther and the Intercontinental Championship, and I would be a madman. Gunther is up there, possibly potential to be the best wrestler of the entire year. Definitely the best WWE wrestler of the year, in my opinion. Gunther has had so many banger matches with his reign, especially the ones against Chad Gable, Gunther against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, even Matt Riddle, a guy who I don't fucking like at all. He was able to have a banger match with Matt Riddle. Mustafa Ali as well at a Night of Champions. Like, Gunther has absolutely killed it. He also surpassed the longest reign as Intercontinental Champion this year. He shows up a lot. He's there. He's having matches. And yeah, no, this is the dominant champion that we need. Not this part-time bastard over in A tier. The ring general in the S tier is what we need, and that is Gunther right there. Then we got Damage Control, and here's the thing I'm going to say. The women's tag team titles need to fucking go. I've been saying this for the past year or two. I don't remember any of these fucking reigns with the tag titles. Damage Control never fucking defended them. It wasn't good, and it's a shame because Damage Control, when they came in, they were supposed to be this dominant faction. And yes, I know they're a dominant faction now with Asuka and Kairi Sane, but back in the day, it was like, what's going on here? So Damage Control, I mean, the only times they really defended it were either against jobbers or in matches that they lost the titles. But I'm going to say C. I'm going to be nice to my girls, Dakota and Io. I'm going to say C. Not bad enough to be D tier, but we move. Then we got Austin Theory. I also just realized Logan Paul isn't on here. But then again, Logan Paul just became U.S. champion. But we got Austin Theory and his U.S. title reign. And don't get me wrong, right? Austin Theory defended the title this year against the likes of Edge, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed. But I don't know about his reign, right? Like, sure, you faced John Cena at WrestleMania for your belt, but is that worthy enough to be a good champion? Is it as bad as Damage Control's reign? No. So I'm going to say it's about the same par as Bianca's reign. Like, hopefully, someday, maybe if Austin Theory is a babyface, maybe we get a good reign with either the IC or the US belt again. Like, Austin Theory, though, I will say is a good wrestler. I just don't know about his reign as U.S. champion very much. Then we got Charlotte Flair and the SmackDown Women's Championship. It's just another Charlotte reign. I'm just going to say that. It was just a placeholder, just so they could be like 14-time Women's Champion. I don't remember almost anybody Charlotte Flair defended that belt against, okay? And don't say Rhea Ripley, because obviously one of them was Rhea Ripley. SmackDown's women's division at that point fucking sucked. To the point where Charlotte Flair had to fucking go in because Ronda Rousey was having such a reign of terror. Charlotte Flair, I don't remember jack shit about her reign, so you know what? I'm gonna fucking say D. And that's not because I have a disdain towards Charlotte Flair. It's genuinely because I don't remember anything about her reign. If you remember anything about this reign before she dropped it to Rhea Ripley, please tell me, because I genuinely don't remember. And then we got Becky Lynch and Lita. And yeah, just like Charlotte, it just really seemed like a placeholder reign. So that way, Lita can say that she's a champion in 2023, and just so Becky Lynch can be a Triple Crown champion in the main roster. This reign really had no reason to happen other than the fact of building to WrestleMania against Damage Control, and so Becky can get one step closer to being Grand Slam champion. I also realize no NXT reigns are on this list, but we move. So I'm going to say for this reign, yeah, it's just there. I'm going to say D. And I know people are going to be mad at me for that. The Becky, and especially the Lita fans. Like, listen, I'm a Lita fan too. I love Becky too. But I'm going to say D for Becky Lynch and Lita and the women's tag team titles. The women's tag team titles didn't really have a good year. I will say that very much. Then we got Rhea Ripley and the Women's World Championship. I think Rhea and the Women's World Championship has a huge problem with the fact that, yes, Rhea is so dominating, but now that she's so dominating, it's like no one can even beat her. And I think that's the biggest problem with that belt. And it took her so long to defend that belt because she was so focused on Judgment Day shit in the men's division that it's like, bro, you have a whole division that you can be beating right now. And yes, very recently, Rhea Ripley's been defending it. She had that big-ass Fatal 5-Way at Crown Jewel. She faced Zoe Stark at Survivor Series, so she is getting that reign there. But it's like, it shouldn't take fucking like 7 to 8 months for your reign to pick up. So I'm going to say B tier. And again, the women's wrestling stands are not going to fucking like me today. Yeah, I think B tier is probably the highest I can possibly give Rhea Ripley. You know what? I'll be nice. I'm going to say A, because she's there every week. The only problem is that she was too focused on Judgment Day shit. And yeah, so you know what? I'm going to say A. Because at least she's on the show. Speaking of people that were on the show, we got Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in the Undisputed Tag Team titles. Now listen, right? When Sami and KO won at WrestleMania, it was fucking great. It was the main event of WrestleMania Night 1. It was a beautiful moment, beautiful culmination of the honorary Uce to Rebel story for Sami Zayn, the reunion of Sami and KO. They won the tag titles, ending the longest reign in WWE history, and then it turned to nothing. They won the belts, and then they got drafted to Raw. Usos got drafted to SmackDown, and then it was like, now what? You know what I mean? Like, what now? And then Sami and KO got into this long vortex with the Judgment Day. And it's like, oh, their reign was so bad. They were just holding on to the belts just for the sake of holding on to the belts. So I'm going to say, and this really pains me to say this, Sami and KO, they're going and sitting on C tier. I got to give C tier to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. And if they were in the main events, they weren't even defending it. And then it was like a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, they defended against Roman and Solo, but that was completely overshadowed by the Jimmy Uso shit and all that. So I'm not going to even focus on that. Then we got Liv and Raquel's first reign as women's tag team titles. And a lot like Charlotte's reign, I don't remember jack shit about this reign. I don't remember jack shit about any of the women's tag team title reigns. Like, I love Liv, I love Raquel, but it's like, the women's tag team titles just need to fucking go, bro. Like, I'm just gonna say D tier. I'm sorry. I don't even fucking know. While we're at it, let's put their second reign up there too, because I don't remember jack shit about it either. Then we got Seth freaking Rollins and the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, as much as Triple H doesn't like taking that fucking belt off Seth Rollins, I am glad we finally have a world champion that shows up and defends the goddamn belt. It was my biggest pet peeve with Roman, and then Triple H was like, here's a world title for Raw. Seth Rollins is so massively over. He's defended the title against a ton of opponents. Last night, as of this recording, he defended it in an awesome match against Jey Uso. Seth Rollins always delivers in his matches, and even though I'm a little bit sick of his reign because it's getting a little long, I gotta say in 2023, I think Rollins is worthy of an S tier ranking on this list. Then we got Asuka and the women's title. Now, definitely better than Charlotte's. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, Asuka had a decent... I don't think it was that long, but I don't know. I think she defended it a couple of times on SmackDown, but yeah, I think it was just to get the belt off of Bianca, just to have someone new win it, and yeah, I'm going to say, for the sake of this, because I don't know, it wasn't that long, I don't remember a lot about it, and people are going to be mad at me. C tier. Let's put Asuka's women's title reign at C tier. Oh, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. It's like they weren't champs for that long. Sure, they beat Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to unify the NXT and WWE women's tag titles, and then they defended it against Liv and Raquel at Money in the Bank, and then a breakup happened, which cost them the belts. It's like, what? And this was clearly done to really expand the Ronda and Shayna story, so that way Ronda can leave WWE, I guess, women's Triple Crown champion. I'm just going to say D. I'm sorry. I don't fucking care about this reign at all. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, the women's tag team titles. What could have been, but Sonya got injured not long after. We couldn't really see how good this reign would have been. What a shame, too. Sonya's first title win in WWE, and it ends via injury. And yeah, because of that, I gotta put it in D. And it's a shame because I think these two would have been magic on TV with the women's tag titles. Sure, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green are good, but I really wanted to see Sonya and Chelsea do big things. Next, we got Bianca Belair and the women's championship. It was only 2 minutes long. I just realized all my D reigns are women's reigns. Uh-oh. Anyways, Bianca's second reign was only 2 minutes long. Io Sky cashed in Money in the Bank to win the belt. And, yeah, so this was just a placeholder reign to get in between Asuka and Io Sky. So I'm just going to say, yeah, Bianca Belair, just by default, just because the title was only 2 minutes long, it automatically gets put on D tier because it was very, very short. No fault to Bianca, but yeah, I'm going to say most 2-minute title reigns automatically going to get a D ranking. Next, we got Io Sky and the women's championship. She's doing all right. I just think what's holding her back is still feeling like a lackey for damage control. But Io Sky is defending the title a little bit. Io Sky's racking up wins, and she's doing good. Like, if you would have told me that Io Sky would be a champion on the main roster in my 2023 bingo card, I would not have it on my bingo card. But I'm going to say B. Honestly, I'm going to say Io Sky worthy of a B tier ranking. Hopefully the reign can continue into 2024 and we see more title defenses from Io Sky, but I actually really quite enjoy her women's title reign. Then we got Rey Mysterio and the United States Championship, and I love my boy Rey. This reign was not it, bro. This reign was not it. He didn't even defend it once. He was so focused in LWO shit so focused on God knows what that I don't even remember anyone he even defended that belt against. Like, it just seems like, hey, here's another title. And it seems like this reign was only done to really start that Santos Escobar Rey Mysterio feud leading in to possibly WrestleMania 40. And it's like, I don't know, man. I'm going to say C. And it pains me because I love Rey Mysterio. But, no. That U.S. title reign was not it. Then we got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Easily the best women's tag title reign of the year. Well, maybe the same ranking as Damage Control, come to think about it. They're magic on TV. They're dominating. Do they defend the belts a lot, though? No. Because if they were to keep getting dominant wins while defending the belts, I honestly probably would have put them on B tier. But since it took them a long fucking time to actually defend the belts, I'm sorry. I got to put them on C tier. But I really like what they're doing with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. I really do. Then we got the mid-card main event vortex for all the rest of the title reigns on this list. We got the first reign of the Judgment Day. I don't know. It's just so focused on that Sammy and Kevin shit that it's just like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, do I put it on C or do I put it on D? They defended it against Sammy and Kevin, so I'll say that they defended it pretty quick. Sure, let's put their first reign on C. I don't know. Then we got Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. How sad is it that Cody Rhodes' first reign as a champion in his return to WWE, in his second run, was a tag title reign that lasted 10 days. And I never thought in a million years we would see Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso as undisputed tag team champions. I think this reign could have been great. That could have been great. It was only 10 days long. But in that 10 days, they defended the titles twice. Yeah, twice. In all their appearances, they defended the tag titles. It was against Sammy and KO, and it was Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. You know what? Fuck you. This isn't bias. Cody Rhodes and Jey, to B tier. And the only reason why I say that is because they defended the titles a shit ton. So honestly, if I really wanted to, I could have put them over on S. But nah, what held it back was that it was too short. I think if we would have let these two cook longer, I think it would have been worthy of an S tier ranking. But 10 days. Really? Then we got the Judgment Day's second reign. They defended it, I think, against the Street Profits very recently. They're set to defend it against the Creed brothers sometime. I think it's about right now the second, like around the same as their first reign. So I don't know. I'm sick of the Judgment Day, bro. I really am. So I'm just gonna put them on C tier. So that will really conclude it. My tier list for WWE main roster title reigns in 2023. Just to recap, S tier are the Usos, Gunther, and Seth Rollins. A tier is Roman Reigns and Rhea Ripley. B tier is Bianca Belair, Austin Theory, Io Sky, and Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. C tier is Damage Control, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, Asuka, Rey Mysterio, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and both Judgment Day reigns. D tier is Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch and Lita, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, both reigns. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, and Bianca Belair's second reign. I know the women's wrestling stands are not going to like me. And I know the Roman stands are not going to like me. So, if you don't agree with my picks, which I'm pretty sure most of you won't, please leave your picks down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. It means the absolute world to me. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Turn post notifications on. Let me know what other tier lists you want me to do in the future. And thank you so much for watching. This has been your boy, Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good, people, and peace.